Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Leeds match reaction, and as promised, a minute's silence for that football game. Okay, I'm not gonna vlog it too much, but oh my god.
Told you a minute was flog. I told you a minute would be flog.
I didn't vlog it, but that game was dead, fam. That game was dead.
That is my soul.
To live up Leeds' ass a little bit. That is not what I like. That's not why I like Leeds at all. But I must say, they played it smart today. You know, we said that we weren't in denial. We all wanted it to be what it was supposed to be, the goal fest. But we did say there was a funny feeling this is gonna be a dead game.
Trust in my guts.
Yeah, I did say to you guys also. I don't know if you guys need to predict that 0-0 because it probably could happen, and it did happen. But I think Leeds played smart because I think Bielsa is a smart coach. I always rate him more than Oli, and I think he would have learned, and he kind of did learn. I think he knew. Listen, I'm not gonna go all out attack. I'm not gonna play as relentless because then I don't want to get counted again. And I am a bit disappointed, if from a Leeds perspective, I'm very disappointed. But hey, it's Leeds United, their objectives and our objectives are a lot different. So Leeds would probably be a bit happier with that. As terms of the United's perspective, yeah, God help us. Yeah, God help us.
The issue with that is title's gone now. There's no chance in how we're
the
catching
title is gone.
The irony here is amazing. The irony here is flipping amazing. Like I thought the title was gone months ago.
No, yeah, it was gone.
You guys were shitting on it like,
officially
oh,
gone.
the title's gone.
Yeah, it's officially
No,
gone.
it's officially gone.
It's officially
We weren't
gone.
going to win the title.
Yeah, we were never gonna.
I
win
called it a
this
long time ago. As soon as 8 points is done.
You called it long ago.
Okay.
I'm not the one who
at
just
the
brought the
start.
title up. Who just brought the title up?
No, but
Not
we're
me.
just saying it's mathematically impossible.
Yes,
it's
mathematically,
not.
City won on Sunday and we lose.
It's not
to Liverpool.
mathematically.
They won.
City
That's
lose every
not
single
right.
game from now on.
Yes,
That could still happen.
it's
You know,
nearly finished.
It's nearly.
almost
But
finished.
anyways,
Basically, Crystal
the
Palace
title
scored.
was gone longer. Boys, let's just move.
Yeah.
Move on.
But it's officially gone.
The match.
No.
Yeah, the match was shite. After the week we had, I don't want to go in on the place. I do really want to go in on Oli. I want to break Oli in half. But because there's a bigger goal in our fan base, I'm gonna tone it down. I'm gonna tone it down because of the other
First and foremost,
situations.
Hashtag glazes up.
Yeah, hashtag glazes out. Hashtag glazes out. I need to emphasize this because that is the objective. But Ollie, do feel free that if the Glazers do leave, do feel free to leave with them. I would appreciate that highly. But yeah, gentlemen, that game, if you want to call it a game, honestly, I didn't even want to do the match ratings today. I see no point discussing this game today. But yeah, how do you guys think about it?
Funny enough, indirectly, pretty much everybody called this. We said it would be a goal fest, but there's probably a good chance to be 0-0.
Yeah.
A commentator said we think it's going to be goals, but it's a good chance to be 0-0. So, it's kind of a pattern that happens in football. And I feel like everybody was afraid that this might happen, and it happened. And first half was pretty shite, to be honest. I think it was a midfield battle, an intense midfield battle. And
We had a midfield.
We had
I
players.
think we did. I think both teams struggled in the final third. I won't speak to Leeds, why they struggled in the final third, because I'm not that into them. You guys can explain that. I think, though, they were giving away the ball cheaply. They struggled in the transition. And then I really hated that tactical fouls. They flogged them today. I understand it. It's because they didn't want us catch them on turnover.
Yeah.
But I sometimes wonder if that should be allowed in football, Like, it's that type of foul that it's not enough to get you 2 yellow cards, but it's enough to stop.
Well, we said some of them we thought were
transition.
even reds. We said some of them could have been a red.
And Man City do this all the time. And I feel like there should be a system where it builds up, If you have so many tactical fouls, the team should be some punishment because it's not acceptable.
Maybe if you get I don't know, 5 yellows or something. One guy. has to
But
go
that's the
or something.
thing.
Yeah.
teams do get fined, I'm pretty sure, and also those players do get suspended after a certain amount of yellow cards. So it's not the tactic you can employ game in, game out.
I
And
respect the
this was a
tactic
big
though,
game
because
for
I
them
think,
for doing
like I
it.
said,
Yeah.
in
I don't
some games,
know. I've
specific like
seen
this one, from a Leeds standpoint, I applaud Leeds. They played very smart today.
I see Man City do this all the time. I'm surprised by Leeds because Leeds and let's say Liverpool, that pressing is usually very intense and clean. Man City use fouls to make that pressing more
I
effective, and
disagree
that's what Leeds did
completely.
today.
I disagree completely because Man City would have a lot more suspensions if they did it so commonly.
They do. Arles talked about this. You go back when last season, I think before not last, it was last season before the game with Etihad. He said they come at you and clip at you. He talked about this tactical foul thing, and it's not the first time it's mentioned. Man City do this all the time, and I don't like it to be honest. But we move on. From our point of view, same as always. I think final third, we lacked intelligence. I think we suffered from not having Pogba there. But I thought we retained the ball well. I like that, and I thought we didn't really let Leeds have a lot of it. But it doesn't mean anything if you don't really score goals with it, you know. So I didn't think we were giving away cheaply. I think our intensity was okay. We just needed more intelligence in the final third. I think second half, our retaining of the ball got even better. But once again, we just couldn't get that final ball. And in the second half, I have to commend Leeds for the defending. I think they defended really well. And I don't think we played. Oh, am I lagging?
No, no, you're fine, you're
Yes.
fine. It's
Yeah,
fine now.
you were.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you are.
okay. I don't think it was horrible, but obviously it could have been much better. I think defensively Leeds played really well. And look, I too. I can hear you guys are very mad, but at the end of the day, as you guys have been saying, the league is long gone. You know, now second is pretty much ours. To be honest, like we'd have to shuck real bad to lose second right now, and we didn't really need to win this game. Yes, it was nice for the pride that's against Leeds, but at the end of the day, we rested players for Roma. So I understand why Ole did that, and I'm not gonna have Ole too much for that. I think it was okay what he did. I would have liked to win, of course. It was very nerve wracking. I thought we might lose at the end because I've seen these type of things. You know, a team is, I think, we were slightly better, but then they get that one goal and you lose. So I'm okay with the result, to be honest.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I have to disagree immediately with your point because the players have just had a week off. Everybody's fully fit. There's no resting needed right now. Everybody has straight up had a week
Well,
off.
Ole is the manager. I think he should be the one to judge that. He's with them the whole week. If he feels like they need a rest, I believe they
When
need
does
a
Oli
rest.
ever rest players? Answer me that. Riddle me that.
Here's the thing, though. You can't point out bad things when he learns from them, saying, "Oh, but he hasn't been doing this time or a long time ago," and then still insult him. I feel like if someone learns from something, you must say, "Okay, at least he's doing it now." Because at the end of the day, as much as you guys are all out for the progress of the team, you do want him to improve in these type of things, do you not?
Yes, but
But
again, this is not
today
rest time.
wasn't
This
improvement.
is not rest day.
So.
If we just played 3 days ago, I would agree with you fully. If we just played a Europa League game 3 days ago, we were playing on Sunday. I understand. Rest Paul Pogba, he's needed for the Europa League game. We just had a damn week off. Every player is at their sparkling best fitness possible right now. I'm with you 100%. I'm glad he rested someone, but he rested them at the wrong time. So I would have rather seen Rashford rested, for example, today. I wouldn't have seen Paul Pogba rested for today. Because Pogba makes his midfield tick, and we all know this. And he played McFred as well, which is a disaster waiting to happen. Because I barely saw Scott all game. Fred just kicked fresh air a few times today. It's just a mess. It felt like Bruno was overworked, he was frustrated again, and he had no midfield partner until Pogba came on. And when Pogba came on, they went forward a lot more. We had a lot more intensity, and it looked like we actually created some chances. But you know what? We still rely on this overlying tactic of long ball. And a long ball is just shit, especially when a team is prioritizing defense. So I don't know why we do it. Because I see Pogba in opportunities for a 1-2, and you see no one with him.
Yeah,
No one is near him.
I think this is the
You know?
this is the common flow in Oli. It's Oli says
Yeah.
he always plays depending on the opponent,
Yeah.
and Oli we all knew he's gonna sit like this. He's gonna try counter them, and Leeds didn't allow it today. Leeds didn't allow it,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it didn't work, and yeah, just a shite game. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
if there wasn't the whole Glazers thing happening, Yo, I would be on one. I would be on one. But
I think it should be because I think we should still be happy that we have our football and embrace it as much as we can. But I honestly feel like you're being unfair if you did that. I don't think it's a big deal. I know it's not like we desperately needed to win. So I don't see why we should lose it
Yeah,
over
but
this.
this is a win on a plate, basically. This is a team that's defensively weak when we have the best attack in the league. This is a game where we should be comfortably winning every time, and if we can't beat lower opponents, we are not a good enough team.
No, I don't agree though because I feel like it's double standard. You guys have been praising Leeds left, right, and center. You can't now say that it's a team that we should definitely be beating. I feel.
It is a team we should definitely beat. All of us said we're going to win today. As much as we praise Leeds, we all said we're going to win today. As much as we can say Leeds is a good team, that means we should be a better team than Leeds. We shouldn't be on par with Leeds. They're 10th in the
I
league.
get you, but the fact that you still praise them, you analyze it. At the end of the day, you decide that we are
And they did
slightly better than them.
fantastically today.
That's how I see it.
They outclassed us today in every single battle. From defense to
I
offense, they
disagree
outclassed
completely.
us.
I disagree completely. I think the game was very level today.
That's what I
Very
said.
level.
They outclassed us in the midfield. They didn't have a midfield battle. There was no midfield battle. Calvin Phillips run that entire midfield.
Hello,
Defensively,
he did.
Stroik was on over everyone.
He did.
Lindelof made mistakes today. Maguire was nowhere to be seen.
listen, for the
And
quality
Aaron
of player,
Ansell did
the quality of
defensively.
players, Leeds won today's battle. Like they
100%
won
won
Leeds
today's
today's
battle.
battle. Yeah. And like I said, it's a better result for Leeds than us. Obviously, we want to win
I don't
every
know. I feel
game.
like that was standard considering you guys praise Leeds so much and considering what Leeds have done before this. Like it's been a draw at their stadium. I'm forgetting the name to pretty much all the
But
top
I am
6
praising
teams.
Leeds. I'm praising Leeds. I said today is a good result for Leeds. I accept that as a Leeds.
I'm fully praising
back
Leeds
fan.
here.
I accept that.
I'm
But as a
fully-
United
it's a
fan,
great result for
that
them.
was awful.
That's shambolic. That's unacceptable as a
Exactly.
United
You
fan.
shouldn't. We beat this man
This is
6-2
a
the last
massive
time.
rivalry.
And now
You're not playing against Liverpool. You're playing against a newly promoted championship side, and you're playing like a
We're
coward.
doing well. Who beat Man City?
Okay.
Who beat the champions?
We'll beat Man City, he says. Okay. But that has nothing to do with today, when we didn't beat Leeds.
Listen, to summarize it, Leeds played smart, United are fucking shit. We move on.
Yes.
We move. Because United, in my opinion, everyone has a different opinion, but in my opinion, we are fucking shit. Yeah. That performance is a stinker. So I just let's move to the
I'll
player
say this
ratings.
right now as well. We played the wrong tactic again for the second week in a row.
Yeah, just
Completely went for the wrong idea.
It's
for the
not.
second
It
week in
would
a
have
row.
worked if Leeds played the way Leeds play. I think it would have worked, but they didn't play the way they
Exactly.
played.
He assumed that it would just be like Frank Lampard, where you can just play the same team, same tactic, the same way before, and it's just gonna work.
Yeah, it
He
didn't
just
work.
assumed it was just gonna work.
Ollie got out tactics. That's what it is. He got out tactics.
Yeah.
So
I think you guys are exaggerating. I honestly do.
I don't think so. Like I said, I want Ollie to walk when the Glazers walk, and that's just where I'm at. You should be beating Leeds. I don't care. You should be beating Leeds. You should be beating these teams. You should be playing better football. Listen, the players even today, I might not agree with it, but we've played it time and time. I'm tired of it. McFred is bad. Dan James, what does he do? In games like this, it could work, but we said, don't be naive to the fact that if Leeds do change their play style, change it, and he never changes it even in the
Exactly
game.
what I was talking about
Yeah.
with Leeds.
I would have played like that today. I would have played like that.
And you would have drawn.
Because
And you would have drawn.
yeah, it's fine. But I would have gone in back. That's the right tactic because as much as they've been more defensive here and there, I still do think they do prioritize going forward in general, and I still would try to take advantage of the spaces. Where I'm going to criticize Ole is maybe not making substitutions earlier. That's the only problem I saw from Ole today. But besides that, I didn't think he did anything wrong, honestly.
Starting 11 was wrong. Immediately. Starting 11's wrong. Never, ever. Why would you play McFred in a game like Leeds? We're going to sit back and probably count.
Because of
shit
the
out
intensity. He wants to keep up with the intensity in the midfield.
Yes, but
He wants
Donny's a
them to be
workhorse
robust.
just as much.
Yeah, okay, the Donny one I agree. I would have played Donny.
Matic
but
can be a beautiful anchor to hold down the
I don't know
back
about
line.
Matic. I don't
Yes,
know
but
about
it
Matic.
allows our fullbacks to maraud. Which
You
is something
see,
we saw
it's the
not
thing
today,
though.
and then we were
The
wide
thing
open
though,
in defense.
I don't want you guys saying, "Oh, it's clueless because of this." We are disagreeing here. There's a perspective to it. We're disagreeing. I'm saying Match is not up for it anymore. You're saying no, he still is. We're having an intellectual disagreement. It's the football, but all is the same thing. And you say he's clueless. I think you guys do it because you guys are only out And whatever Ole does, it's just horrible. And I don't think it's fair,
No, but
honestly.
we're
No, to boy.
playing with a
When
low
is a
block
draw against
essentially.
Leeds
Yeah,
acceptable? Like,
against
just when
Leeds.
is this acceptable?
When we've made top four, we've basically made top four. When we're resting players for the Europa League, it's acceptable.
We
The
rested
league
few
is
players
gone.
today. We didn't rest Rashford. Pogba was rested. Cavani was rested. Who else was rested?
That's
That
true.
whole back
Those
line is
two players are
playing.
pivotal.
Those whole
Those
back
are
line is playing.
pivotal.
One of
And they
Fred and
had a
Scott
full
will
week of
play.
rest.
Bruno will
Vardy for
play. Mason will play. Rashford will play. Two
that rest
I
is
players
get
not
your
just out
point.
the
rested.
window.
I get your point. But to put myself into Ole's shoes, there's some positions I feel like he feels like he can't take the risk because those players are don't have much options that can really carry the weight in those positions.
Shit.
And I feel like he felt like we could manage that. But I still do get the resting.
Okay, I just don't think we're gonna see eye to eye because I completely disagree. But yeah, I think that's not acceptable. I don't think that's anywhere near acceptable. But this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. And like I said, I can't be asked to fight this battle anymore. There's a bigger battle. I'm proud of the fan base, but
Yeah,
today didn't help. Today just didn't help. And there was always going to be frustration after the week we had in this game. If you didn't
exactly.
perform. But anyways, we move on to the player ratings. Dead player ratings, fam. I'm going for the whole back line first. I think 6 for Dino, 5 for sure, 5 Maguire, 5 Mendeloff. And my man of the match is Aaron Basaka, 7. I think Dino, average, he didn't really have to do anything, so clean sheet, it's okay. Luke Shaw, I expect more. I think defensively, he wasn't really troubled that much. Offensively, I would have liked to see more. Maguire, it was okay. His runs go nowhere. Victor Lindelof, one good long ball. After that, it was a joke. The
Yeah.
other long balls. And then Aaron Basaka, I actually thought going forward, he looked the most threatening of the fullbacks. And I think defensively, he dealt with that whole right hand side very well. And I always seen him winning headers in the box. So yeah, my man of the match today, Aaron Basaka. But those are my ratings for the backline.
Yeah, I think with Dean, I agree. I feel like there was times where I was still questioning his positioning, but that was more
He's
like
got he's got
the
that cap
beginning of
again.
the
That's
game.
why he's got that cap again. He needs to get rid of that cap.
You got a new cap today.
Yeah, at
He
least
did
it
get
was
a
a
new
better
cap.
fit this
Yeah, I
time.
got a better fit. Maybe it was a Leeds cap he got today.
Yeah. Sure, I think a little high. I would say 6. I think he had a decent game. Defensively, he was okay. Going forward, he was involved a bit more. Should I just give the whole ratings as well? Or
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
yeah, Maguire didn't do too much wrong, but didn't do anything amazing. I appreciate him carrying the ball out, even though he didn't really get the final ball a lot. But I do appreciate him in a situation where we're not really playing as many forward balls as you should. Him trying to do that. So I'm gonna give him. I'll give him a 6. Lindelof, as you said, 2 really nice long balls. But besides that, it's not much either. But then defensively, we didn't concede, so they weren't troubled either. So I'm gonna give him the 6. And on Saka, yeah, no, very rounded. He was retaining the ball while going forward, and defensively he was solid. So I have to agree with you. Man of the match, 7.
Okay.
All I'm doing is looking at the team and looking who deserves man of the match. You know
Nah,
what?
for me it was clear.
I'm not
For
coming
me
up
it
with
was
anything.
For me it was clear. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
This is a throwaway man of the match and a
It
half.
is a
out of
throwaway. I
Milk
think
Run.
we had a throwaway man of the match. Not the last game, but sometime recently as well.
Yeah, that's fine. The Dino 6, so that's an easy one. Wasn't
Yeah.
trouble besides any long shots. That was it. But yeah, so decent performance, kept a clean sheet. Nothing to complain about. Still, I think was a lot more involved down in their attacking side, but defensively I thought he was poor today. I think Pavetta got a lot of space. I thought Halder Costa had a lot of space. Again, I'm starting to notice the short positioning thing. That's the issue with his play style now. He's too far forward and he's not quick enough to recover, especially against pacey wingers that like to actually take on the fullbacks. I felt like he was caught up way too often. And Maguire, just MIA. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't give the rating.
Yeah.
I'll give it to 5, just because I think it was poor defensively. Maguire just completely MIA all day. I barely saw him. I saw him only when he went forward, honestly. I did not see this man do a single defensive action. I would be surprised if I looked at the stats and saw he had like 10 defensive actions.
I have one stat, but it's in the midfield.
Yeah, I'm not even going to look. Maguire was a waste of time today, waste of space. I hate him going forward like that. because that's supposed to be the midfield's job. The midfield's supposed to carry the ball out, but we have no one that's capable of that. So Maguire has to do it, and then we're just a single defender back. If we get caught in transition, it's just so late. I hate this tactic. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5 with you. I'm gonna agree with the 6 for Victor, just because again, clean sheet, some decent forward balls. Made one mistake defensively, but nothing that cost us, luckily. And yeah, I think Aaron was solid. I'm just struggling to think if anybody was genuinely better than him today.
Wow.
Did you guys see Aaron? Did you guys see Aaron rock bottom? What's his name again? Was it Costa?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I did.
Took him out.
And
He didn't touch the ball, that's a red
and
card.
the way we just didn't kick out the ball, I was just like, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
It was off the field though.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, listen, I understand the shit house rule.
Judo
I'm there for
off
the
the
shit
field.
house rule. But even if we shit house it, the ref, like, come on. You're not gonna, if the ref doesn't do anything, I'm gonna be like, okay, carry on then. But yes, it is
Where are
very
they going to
shit
treat
house.
him? On the field.
Oh, yeah. The sportsmanship was at 0 for United.
Hey, we didn't care. We were like, you know, play on, boy.
Yeah, we didn't care. We were like, go. We're like, yeah, foot 10, keep move forward. Nothing happened. Aaron's going forward at the ball like he didn't just judo through someone over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And like, the man literally shouted, roll me back on. Like, what the heck?
So someone said rolling back.
Exactly,
Dallas
it's
said
done.
rolling back
It's
on.
done.
Yeah, Dallas said rolling back on. So
It's
the
just to
ref
get a
will go.
break in play, yeah. They didn't get treated.
Yeah, you injured and they roll you on. Yeah.
That's
I would be like,
football.
roll me on, Chris, come on, do something. Damn it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, if Aaron didn't touch that ball, that's a red card, I'm not gonna lie. That was pain 5, but this man is just Spider-Man. It's just like, beautiful, I love. He's David De Gea, reborn as a right back, I love. Him defensively is great, we all know that. And then yeah, going forward, video is a lot more involved. And yeah, is there anyone better? I don't want to give it to Aaron because I don't think anybody was good enough to deserve it. But he's the best of the bunch.
Yeah, it's
That's the
the
issue
best
here.
of the bad bunch.
Yeah, so we'll hit the jackpot, I guess. I agree.
There you go.
Seven
Seven.
at the man of the match. Yeah.
7 men of the match. Aaron won the suck.
Oh, it's a sad day.
It's been a minute.
Okay.
No, I actually haven't been that long, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we did like 3 weeks ago, we gave Aaron man of the match.
Yeah, actually, I think I did give Aaron
That's
Wan-Bissaka
pretty
man of the
recent.
match recently. I can't
like
remember
3
which
weeks or
game, but yeah.
something, you know?
I think Aaron's actually been in a good
Okay,
spell
but I
for
think it's
some reason.
forever.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, he's been better. But I think it's been forever since like we've all been like, oh my gosh. He was-
Yeah.
He wasn't, but
Okay, it wasn't,
I guess
oh
it's in
my gosh, he's
comparison.
the best right back in
Yeah,
the world.
today it wasn't like, you know,
It was
today.
just everyone else is shite.
Yeah, everyone else today disappointed. So, yeah. So here's my stat.
Ah.
Here's my stat.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay in the first half completed 7 passes.
I see that. I honestly see that.
That was it. That was my stat. I think as a partnership, McFred is dead.
He made a total
honestly-
of 27 passes.
Oh,
entire game.
you.
For comparison, Fred made 46.
Yeah, guys. I don't think.
Bruno made more passes.
Oh, I expect Bruno to obviously, but
No,
Seven-
like accurate passes. Passes that reached the destination. Bruno
Oh.
made more.
okay. But yeah, McFred. Everyone knows what I think of them as a partnership. It's a joke partnership. It's the second worst partnership of it at Manchester United. I didn't agree with it. I would have liked to see Pogba either there or even on the wing. So, I'll give them both 4s. Seven passes.
I hear the 7 passes thing. You know?
Admittedly, it means you got 20 in one half. So
Continue with one after you.
I hear the 7 passes thing, but like, I didn't think it was great. I do think, as always, he lacks a final ball. But as always, in this type of game, you know, I think he suits it in the sense that he's very passionate, very aggressive, and I thought because of that, he was decent at retaining the ball.
Talk about Scott, right?
Ironic,
Yeah, I'm guessing Scott.
yeah.
because he made 7 passes. But it looked, from what I saw, it looked like he was decent at retaining the ball, and I just liked the aggression, the physicality against a team like Leeds. So I think he wasn't great, but I think he was better than Fred. So I'm gonna give him a 6. That'll be nice. And Fred, I agree with the 4. And I didn't see what he did. He was losing the ball a lot. I think he was the complete opposite. he couldn't. He was the worst in terms of retaining the ball in this team. I think until the front players, I think we kept the ball pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. There's no good performances here. Just for reference, Scott had where was the stuff? He won 7 duels, but he lost 6.
Nice.
It is literally him going up for a duel and losing it every other time. That's just great. Love it.
At least
Oh,
you went
but yeah,
into the draw. I mean, if you're picking
I'm
at
gonna
straws, at least you went into it, I guess.
exactly. I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go 5 on both.
Yes.
I thought Fred started very well. I have to say that. I thought first 20 minutes we saw like a really good engine of Fred, and then he started kicking fresh air, and then I was
I
like,
agree. I
oh,
think the first 20 minutes of it was good, but then after
yeah.
that,
After that, it just
yeah,
fell
it's like,
Actually, you just never know. You just never know which Fred's gonna show up.
yeah, you just don't know.
yeah. He needs his
The crazy thing is, I
consistency
still, like, I know Fred is bad, but I've always said, it's just my opinion, but I still think Fred is better than Scott McTominay, so ish. Well, I at least prefer Fred. But,
And also another issue with us
ones are
today,
both bench
I saw
players.
Fred going forward before Scott going forward today as well.
yeah,
So
but
I
you
don't know
must
why he
remember,
does this
Fred
thing where
has,
Pogba sits and Scott goes.
but you must
I don't
remember,
get it.
Fred has got the confidence of David Beckham, you know, so.
That's true. He does have.
So,
He has the
you know,
Brazilian confidence.
He's
You
got,
think
he's
one
got
of
the
things he's
confidence. He thinks Fred must rate himself highly. Because this man never looks short of confidence. It's just he's still bad. So it's like, okay.
But again,
Fair enough.
it has to be a tactic though, considering how often it happens.
Do you think there's an out and out sitter here
No,
when they play?
No,
I kind of feel like
I feel like they should.
I kind of feel like
they
it's
should be, I
like
think, yeah.
one pushes, one sits, one pushes, one sits, and then that kind of negative for that. I feel like they let them they decide who's gonna do it on
Yeah.
the pitch,
They just.
and yeah, it's kind of problematic.
That's exactly what it is. It's just like Fred and Scott, like,
And
and you just see Scott winning. He's like, yes.
rock, paper, scissors to see who can attack today. It's hilarious.
It's though you don't know until they
Yeah,
turn
we
up, and
did
then
it,
you see
yeah.
Fred going, "Oh, Fred won the rock paper scissors today. It's okay."
The irony is, like, why would Fred go
I think
for
it's
it
more
today?
like
when Scott did so
It really
well
depends on
against
the pivot.
Leeds,
It's
yeah.
definitely who's in the pivot.
I think it's like priority is sitting back. Priority is sitting back, but whenever there's an opportunity to do it, you can push forward.
You're
you
the
know?
one that's
I think it's that type of
you
thing.
You stay.
Mm.
But it's backwards every time. It's like Paul Pogba sits, Scott go, but then it's like Fred go, Scott sits, and it's just like why? Why? I saw Scott have like one chance at the end of the game. That was the only time I saw him go forward. That was it. He was dead otherwise. So I don't understand it. And that was when Pogba was in the midfield, mind you.
Hey, tough times at United, huh? I tell you, it's also tough times with Bruno, because those might be one of the worst ratings I've ever given Bruno. I didn't, honestly, like, I don't know what Bruno did. I don't know what Bruno did. The passing was okay. I felt like he should have done better when he was in the box. Set pieces was, he was frustrated. You could see he's frustrated.
Rashy.
But yeah, I'm gonna give Bruno a 4. I don't think it is his best.
I thought it was better than he's been in previous games. It wasn't like Bruno's the highest standard we know Bruno can do, but I just think his touch was cleaner. You know, he didn't seem as frustrated. So I guess the rest should help. And yeah, he wasn't like man of the match or anything, but I do think if Pogba had played from the start, they would have worked well together today, and it would have been so much more productive. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I don't think Bruno was too bad today. I thought he did his job well today. As much as it wasn't anything good, I don't think there's anything bad as well. That's a big thing to take away from Bruno's performance today. I think he should have had a goal or an assist at the end of today. There were just so many chances that we just wasted. And I thought a lot of it went through Bruno today. I thought we were seeing our maestro going at it again, and it just wasn't there for the cutting edge, you know? That was kind of it today. It was a story of just getting half-assed chances instead of just taking it, you know? So, I'm just going to go to 6. It was an average performance. I don't think I'm going to say anything bad about it.
Fair enough. I definitely knock at him because of his performances in the past. But yeah, honestly, I just don't feel like Bruno's the same. Well, recently, I just don't think he's the same. Usually this was the man. And to be fair to Bruno, he deserves to have these type of performances because of what he's done. But yeah, it's not the same Bruno Fernandes, you know. But yeah, we'll just have to. We can only hope that he gets back. Then Rashford, I want to go last actually, because I want to see. I'm not sure yet where I stand with Rashford today. So I want you guys to go first to see where I do stand. If I'm delusional, or if there's something else though that clearly I didn't see. So yeah, Mulot, I would like you and Clayton to go first.
I really want to know if that's positive or negative. I'm curious.
Mulot's leg.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to
Yeah,
go?
you go.
Um, for me, I thought Rashford started out really well, like Fred as well. But I do think there was some kind of dip. I thought that there was a point where we stopped seeing Rashford going forward. I started seeing that dead Rashford that we're used to, you know. So today, I don't think I can give him a decent rating. I think Rashi's at a 5 for me. I don't think he contributed enough today. I thought he
Okay.
started off well, but I think he just fell off. And then he had that lovely free kick. But then that was it. There was some nice interplay with Shaw as always, but that's about the extent of what Rashford contributed, I felt. And just wasn't his energetic self that wanted a goal, you know?
Okay.
I agree 100%. I think creativity was a problem with this guy, and decision making wasn't as bad, but I did question some decisions here and there, and just in general, he can't give us what Pogba can in terms of creativity. So yeah, no, I have to agree with the five.
Okay. The good news
Okay, so
is
did you think Rashford was a god, or do you think he was terrible?
I'm
I want
getting
to
there.
know.
So the good news is I'm not delusional because I did think he was ass today. Can't lie to you. I thought he was proper ass. I think the free kick was the highlight, and that says everything about today. Other than that, I thought this the normal stuff about Rashford when he's not on it. Decision making lacking. He's ever since I've seen Pogba at left wing, it's hard to look at Rashford now again and be like, well, what do you actually offer? Like, what do you offer us when you're not on it? There's nothing you offer us when you're not on it. Rashford, as Marcus says, is a high risk, high reward player. He can either like freaking boss the game, dominate it, and he wins you that game, or he has games like this. So. And I think it just was one of those performances from Rashford. So yeah, I give him a four.
Another
I'm just
thing I want to say,
worried because I thought you guys may be like, no, I thought Rashford was good today. So I'm like, oh, okay.
one thing I have to say about today is we're definitely employing that long ball. That's why Lindelof had those fantastic balls, and they're all targeted at Rashford.
Mm-hmm.
So
You were
when
trying,
Rashford's
yeah.
not on it, it's just it's just kicking it at the defense at this point. Because Rashford had one great opportunity early game with the first and off ball, and then nothing, you know.
Mm.
So it's just one of those off days. And again, I don't know what he offers to us when he is off of it. I'm glad he was the sub, you know, the one that made May. But the sub was too late, and he kept it. I didn't want to murder him.
Mm.
And this front three is going to be a headache for Ole if we don't sign someone like a Sancho.
Yeah, he needs
I
a
don't know
creative.
how
Yeah.
he's going to make it work. He needs to make it work, and I don't know how. The answer's probably Pogba, but then what do we do with Rashford? What do we do with
That's
Martial?
the problem. Yeah, it's like, what do you do with
And when
Rashford?
Martial's fit, it becomes a massive issue.
Yeah, it does become a big issue. Because
Because
I'm already calling for Marshall
Going
to
to be
start.
big questions for Ole come this.
the easy solution is Pogba, Mason, Rashford. That's the easy solution. As soon as Martial comes in,
Tony,
then then there's
it's tough.
what happens now? Do you want to play him on the
But
left?
that's
Do
why I
you want to try
like
force
Marshall.
him
I
to
feel like
strike
when
a little
Tony's
bit?
in here, he makes up for that lack of creativity in this front three. Because Tony just does so much.
The fan base might kill me for this, but if I was put in a corner to make a decision, I would drop Rashford. I know it's insane considering goals he scores.
Damn it. The one time I don't think he's talking nonsense.
The one time I think he's still talking nonsense.
I just feel like more fluid.
Malote boy, I heard you through your leg. I heard the pain through
Issue
your leg.
is at the end. I disagree completely with saying we're more fluid without Rashford in the system. Because Rashford gives fluidity to the system because he is comfortable playing across the front three.
I just wonder, because
I think it offers
we
a lot
never
of
know.
fluidity.
But it's like, it's easy to say, let's drop Rashford now because we're not happy with what we see when we do like this. But are people actually telling Rashford
Wins games.
to put in balls to try be more creative, try not be more selfish? Because if they are
I'd be
doing that,
surprised if not.
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Because if they are telling Rashford to do that and he's still playing like this, yeah, I
Then
don't
fair
know.
play, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to help you then.
But I'm willing to bet they're not, because Rashford is our top scorer. He's got 20 goals this
No,
season
yeah, 100%.
already.
Like, wow. Then again, when you look at that, that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. When you look at that perspective, it's like you'd be crazy to drop Rashford just on
Yeah.
paper. It's like one of your top goal scorers, back to back 20 goals, for the season. He still
It's the same.
assists.
It's the
He's
same.
one of those players can single-handedly win you a game.
But I
It's
think for the
simple as that.
moment, I'm also
He's,
not opposed to it.
he's the man
Because,
for goals, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the moment, I'm not opposed to it also because I don't think we have 100% Marcus Rashford. I think he's dead. I
that's to
think
fix it
he's
somehow.
yeah, exactly. I think he's
I've
injured. So
oh my gosh, his network.
that's
I would
fine.
prefer
I've
him.
suggested Rashford to the middle, maybe. You know, we try and see if we can get something out of that. But I know people don't like that because we prefer Tony to the middle.
Yeah. If only our front three didn't lose their form from last season, because that front three I loved it. It's one of my favorite front threes of ever, of all time probably at Manchester United, if I can remember. Freaking Rashford, Martial, and
That's the
Greenwood
hope,
in
I
form.
guess.
Yeah. Because when all three of them are in
That's the
form,
hope, I guess.
it's goals galore. It's goals galore.
If in the summer Ole can get that front three back, the flow front three we had last season, and get this season's midfield, I think that would be a good combination.
Yeah.
But then issue is Cavani, and clearly
That's the
Oli
problem.
likes
So-
Cavani.
Come on, Miles.
I know, but
Come on, Miles.
if you're Oli right now, you are in love with Cavani. He is the greatest striker you've ever seen in your life, and you are just head over heels for him. You want him to play every game.
In a fantasy world, all United fans would 100% have Rashford, Martial, Greenwood in form. But now, okay, wait. But we signed Jadon Sancho. So Jadon Sancho takes Mason's role, and then Mason starts to mold into our striker when
Yeah.
Martial's not on it. You know,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm dropping Martial every game. Martial isn't playing if I get Sancho on this team.
Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah, it's tough. I
I
still
don't want the hold up, I
Martial.
want a poacher. If I'm playing with the creator, I no
Yeah, I
longer
don't know.
want someone who needs to do all the groundwork. I want someone who's going to score the
See,
goal.
I rate
That's
it,
what
but
Cavani
then-
will play.
Look,
That's
I've
when I
been
drop Rashford because I
I've been
believe
first
Martial can.
straight up Martial,
Yeah.
but I think your guy has a lot of potential, and
I start
it's-
Greenwood, it's simple as that.
I'm
I just
captain
don't
of
know what
Martial
we do
FC,
with
so
this
I'm
one.
not gonna die on that football. I'm not gonna die in that club. I love Anthony Martial. I wish Anthony Martial was fit, and I would be saying Martial whenever he's here. He is number 9 for Manchester United for as long as he's here. Until Mason, obviously, I will grow Mason into the role. But yeah,
You know what I want to see. I would love to see. I don't know if we haven't seen this or have we? I'm not sure. I would love to see a lot of games with Pogba on the left and Martial to the middle.
I don't know if we
It's a
have.
No, we have.
combination. I just feel like it would be
We've
fire.
seen it like once or twice. Yeah, the
Really?
French link-up's ridiculous, yeah. The French link-up's always ridiculous.
I
We
don't know.
always
I
comment
remember
on
it under a different manager, under Oli. I can't really.
Under Oli, yeah, definitely. He's Pogba's played like
True, but not
one-
with like
2
Pogba
games,
on
I
the
think,
left
together.
wing.
Pogba, I think, played 2 games with
I
Martial.
remember when Mourinho was
on the
forced
left
to
wing.
play Martial and Pogba, and that French link-up was insane. That was insane.
Exactly. The French link-up was great for the season as well. Whenever Pogba gets rights to go forward and Martial is there, you
It's
can
because
just
they're on the
see
same
chemistry.
wavelength. They're on the same
Yeah,
wavelength.
they
That's the
just
thing.
click.
Martial and Pogba, they know what to do. You know, they know the things. You know, whereas like
Exactly,
you
that's
know,
it.
Martial will make a run. He knows Pogba is gonna give back. Whereas with Rashford, he's gonna make a run. Rashford's gonna shoot from the corner flag, and you're like, okay, thanks, bro, thanks. But anyways, we move on to Mason Greenwood, who I actually thought didn't have a bad game, as bad as it seems today. But I think, to be fair to poor old Mason, he's living off scraps. He came very deep because he's clearly frustrated. But what I liked about Mason is that his attitude was right. You know, he worked hard. He still looked like the most threatening going forward out of the rest of our front three. And I thought, you know, he never wanted to give in. He never wanted to give in. It's going to 100% be sympathy points, but I'm going to give Mason Greenwood a 6. I think a 5 is more realistic.
If you're a
but I'm
striker-
going to give him a 6 because I feel sorry for him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yep. Never mind.
Okay.
It all started with a simple question.
I know.
If you're a striker and you're not told you can create his... Gosh, can you hear me?
Yes? Is it with the question mark?
No, I can't.
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Try.
I think. Should I try now?
Give it a shot.
Okay, I'll try. Yeah, I was basically saying... Oh my gosh. I was basically saying if you're a striker and you have Rashford and James next to you, you're finished. You're fucked.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're not going to get any creativity. So I'm not surprised in what we saw today. It's what we've been seeing the whole season. And yes, I feel like his work rate could have been better. I think it did dip a little today. But I don't want to fault him too much. I'm going to give him a 5.
I think that is the realistic one.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much his fault, but he was feeding off scraps. I felt he did drop off, but he didn't do too much of that hold-up play when he did drop off. And I just felt like he was getting frustrated along with everyone else, I just felt like he wants just to shoot and score, he's just hoping for it. I remember that dead attempt straight at Melia. It was, yeah. I think that just sums up the game, it was just nobody could get anything off, so it's just, we need to try something, and then Mason goes, okay, got it, and straight to keeper. And it's just, one of those games. But I do kind of disagree, just because I do think Dan James does offer some kind of creativity, but he didn't beat Devin Jones. That's today. We get another. But yeah, I thought Mason was poor overall, so I'm just gonna go with the 5.
Yeah.
I think with me with Dan James, it's like he has the intention, but it's like he closes his eyes and it crosses. And then it doesn't work out well. So, yeah.
But
No.
we're good. Dan James is next. Dan James was playing for Leeds today. I swear, bro. This guy was playing for Leeds today. The sabotage from Dan James today. How am I going to disrespect him so much? I was going to give him a negative rating, but I'm just going to give him a flat out 0, fam. Fucking dead. Dead baller. Dead baller, this guy.
I don't know what he did. What did Dan James do today?
He ran up
Like,
and
at
down.
times I
That's
was
what he
even
did.
trying
He
to
ran up
play
and
the
down
ball.
today.
But he was just a liability, honestly.
He is a
And
liability.
nah, I didn't see it. Like, I've played Dan James before when I can see, no, he's trying, his decision making is better. Today, he was basic. So I won't go easy on him. My network likes Dan James. I'm not going to go easy on the -2.
Yeah.
I didn't see a bad Dan James there. I didn't see a good Dan James. I didn't see a bad Dan James today.
I see no player. I
Yeah,
seen
I
a
know.
Leeds player today. That's what I see. I seen a Leeds
Yeah,
player.
there was no one. It wasn't mistakes. It was just him not doing anything.
First half, I thought he was very involved in the game, I'm not going to lie. I thought he was dribbling past people, he was winning us fouls, he won us a lot of set pieces. And it just looked like he wanted to make something happen. I didn't really see many crosses from him, admittedly. I didn't see him in the box too often. But I don't see him being a liability today at all. I thought he just didn't do too much. I didn't see a bad Dan James. I just didn't see a good Dan James either. So I'm just going to go with a little subpar with a 5, It wasn't bad from him.
Fair enough.
I
think we'll be better playing with 11 men because I think it would have made no difference. I mean, 11
I
and
disagree.
10
I
men.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, there was times where he had the ball and it just looked like didn't know what to do. And I would just be like, dude, just pass it. Just pass to someone so it's off your feet and at least you retain the ball. And that's how I felt about Dan James today.
Yeah. Dan James is like a project, he's a developmental project. But our coaching staff is like, yeah, you guys all know how to
we
play
can't.
ball.
Don't get it wrong. I think if Dan James had to go to like Leeds, for example, perfect example. If he goes to Leeds, I think we'll see a lot better for Dan James.
Can I be honest? I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. I feel like Dan James might just be a Walcott. Honestly, I just don't know if he has that potential.
I would never ever say he's going to be better than a Walcott, because Walcott is Premier League right winger. That's what he is, and that's what Dan James is going to be. That's all he's going to be. Dan James is never going to be a
I'm
not sure
he's a
anymore.
championship player. I think he's a championship.
I'm not sure if he's Man United material. I thought maybe
He's not.
potential.
He's squad material.
He's clearly Ahmad. Yeah, you can see. He's young. He makes mistakes, but you can.
You can see Ahmad could win a Ballon d'Or. I mean, that's as simple as it is.
Okay, wow, that was vision for another chat.
Ahmad could win a Ballon. You never mentioned Dan James and Ballon d'Or in the same instance.
Yeah, you would never do that, definitely.
So.
And I will always say this, Ahmad should be starting ahead of Dan James. But Dan James is just going to be a solid Premier League winger. That's nothing more. Don't put your expectations higher than that.
I think he's a solid championship winger. So I'll be dead honest. I think he is a solid championship player. I think he should go to a Norwich or a Leeds for his benefit, for his career. And then I don't mind. And I don't mind him at that club. Because I do think, like someone with Lingard, He's not a Manchester United player, but if he had to move to another club, a different environment where he
I
can
think he
actually,
wonders, yeah.
yeah, exactly, where he can actually get some attention and some love, he could do okay. He could do okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, at
He could.
United, you yeah,
I think Dan James. I think he comes off. Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
I think he
We
comes
can
off
hear.
the bench for most mid-table teams. He doesn't start. I think he comes off the bench, and maybe he's contributes slightly more because of the quality of player. But yeah, no, it's X.
I think mid-table and low he starts most teams, you know? Just because of his versatility, so you
Mm.
can play either side. I think he
I'm
starts
also,
most teams.
I'm also like that.
Okay, so do you want to continue and have this discussion, or we're gonna
Not
move
not
on?
in this show, not in this show.
Okay.
That's for sure. But yeah, it's your
Who's
opinion.
checking for a political?
Your opinion. I can tell you now, you are definitely in the minority when it comes to that. But yeah, poor Dan James. I feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him. But anyways, I tell you, I don't feel sorry for this man. You're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm not gonna slate you,
No
Oli.
sympathy.
You know what you did wrong.
Everything.
I don't like your football. I don't like your players selection. I don't like your substitutions. The week we had was horrific. I never want to go through that type of week again in football. I think there's bigger problems at this club other than you. I think you definitely are a problem in my opinion. Obviously, in the majority's eyes, you're not a problem. But in my eyes, you are part of a problem. But I wouldn't. I'm not gonna put my energy in that because for as long as we can keep the Glazers out movement going, that's where my focus is. But in terms of today, yeah, I think the results poor. Like I said, squad, football, substitutes. Yeah, I'll give you a two.
Mm. Yeah, no, my network is not having it. It's like it knows I'm gonna say.
Exactly. It definitely knows what you're gonna say. I can tell you, Marie. It is because it's killing you before you even get your thoughts out. It knows it's coming.
The team selection, I don't think the team selection was too bad. I understood why he did it. I understood the approach. I see the tactical analysis. In terms of if he was resting players, I can't be 100% sure. But then I feel like I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was. I just don't think Oli did too much wrong today. I think the only thing I really fault him on is not making substitutions quicker because I think that could have changed the game. If 55th minute he brings on Pogba, he brings on Donny, I think we definitely win this game. So yeah, no, that really effed us over. So because of that, I'm gonna give him a
Come on, Edward. Come on.
Come on, Nectar.
6.5.
Oh!
Oh my.
That's why it took so long. Prison dispense for 6.5.
Oh man.
No. I only heard negatives, and he gives it 6.5. What is this? That's literally only spoke negatives, and he gave it 6.5. What is this?
This is football
Aye.
opinion. This is what it is.
I said I didn't think he did too much wrong.
Exactly, we did say that. Even though the
Yeah,
irony
but you
was-
only listed negatives for the things you said about Oli today.
I just felt like the other things I think he did well, Donny said. I felt like he picked the right starting lineup. I think the intensity of the play was all right. I just didn't see too much problems, you know?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I definitely don't think you'll be alone by giving Oli a 6. I think lots of people probably give Oli a 6.
Yeah, I'm over Oli. I'm over everything about him. I don't think he contributes much to most of our games at this point. And he's openly said again, he does none of the tactical work, and he's just okay to sit there and man motivate in the sidelines. You know what? You know, man motivation. I'll give you a 10 out of 10 for your man motivation today. That's the only thing I can actually rate you on. Because you, as a manager, are a 0. Again, I saw nothing from you today. You picked the wrong lineup again.
It actually feels like a meme at this point when it comes to our Oli ratings. It's just so different. It's just so different. You never know what you're gonna get with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I do agree with Malota. I'm not Ollie's biggest fan, but I do agree with Malota in the sense where Ollie can't win. No matter what he does, Ollie can't win. You know, so.
I think you guys are just done with him. I can respect that, but you guys are clearly just done with him.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't see our tactical approach correct today. We didn't do the subs at the right time. Those are the things that managers are supposed to do. Those are the two things managers have complete control over, and he did none of that right today.
Yeah.
Simple as that, in my opinion.
It depends on how you want to put it though, because what are you implying? You should have changed the tactics during the game.
Yes, he could have if he wanted to. He has full power to
True,
do
but
that.
then that's just down
But
to
like I said, I didn't
perspective.
even say that. I said starting lineup and subs. That's what he's got control over, and he did both of them.
I get you,
correctly.
but then I don't think the start lineup was wrong. So
Who plays
does
a
that
low
then
block of
mean
McFred against Leeds?
if you want them to be robust and you want to play on the counter, So
I
that's why I
saw
don't
no
like.
robustness from
That's
this
why I
game.
don't like the idea of Ole is clueless, because I'll say the same thing. A lot of fans will say the same thing. You won't say they're clueless, but
Clueless
then
is
you say Ole is
hyperbole.
clueless.
Clueless is obviously hyperbole. We're just upset that he's not seeing the basics of football.
It doesn't seem like it sometimes. Sometimes it legit seems like you guys think Ole has no clue.
Yeah, when was the last time we actually called him clueless? I don't think I've called him clueless on the show. I just
I've
think we
called
called
him
him
many
dumb.
things. I've called him
Yeah.
everything.
But
Everything.
I don't think we called him clueless for a while. But yes, we do feel like he's clueless because he's missing the basics and the fundamentals. He's looking a lot bigger than that. He needs that, like someone just to go, oh, we should.
Okay, what
actually train a
basics?
different
What
way."
basics did he miss
The pivots. It's
today?
simple, very simple one. The pivot was wrong.
Pivot, I would say subs. Like, listen, if the play selection today, I might not agree with it. Right? But that's my opinion. But the way Leeds plays, it worked. Last time, it worked. But in this game, you're watching right in front of
I
you.
feel like
It's not working today. Make a fucking sub. Every
He
manager
has shown he
agree with
makes
can
a
that.
do that. He's shown he
agree
substitution.
with
can do
that.
that as well. I'll say that right now. He's shown he can do that. He's subbed off players at half time and brought on like Paul Pogba and Donny. He's done that before. So I don't want to hear shit that he doesn't know how to do it. He does know how to do it.
Yeah,
and
no,
he
from
didn't do
that
it
perspective, I
today, at
100%
all.
agree. Like I said, I think the only wrong thing he did today was not doing substitution on time. But in terms of it being the basic not to play that, I completely disagree. Because I'm disagreeing in terms
How's
of
it a
I would have played
basic?
McFred.
How's it not a basic to not use a system that's broken? If you see your system is not working, you can see you're struggling to make inroads into the opposition. Why are you not changing your system immediately?
Yes, I agree. In the game,
But how's that
yes.
not the
But
basics?
but you're not saying that he shouldn't have started with that and it's basics. Or did I hear him?
I said it is basics. I completely said that.
So he shouldn't have started with it. He shouldn't have started that pivot.
Yes, he shouldn't have started that pivot.
That's what you
100%
said.
of the time.
That's why I disagree. In that sense, it's not basics. But in terms of him not making changes, yeah, fair.
It is basics.
And
Though.
even
You're
so,
playing a
even
low
so,
block against a team that is wide open defensively.
I can say they're more agile, they're more robust than a Pogba in the midfield, than a Match in the midfield. That's just down to opinion. Your football perspective is different to my football perspective, but it doesn't mean that I don't know the basics now. And at the same time, it doesn't mean all doesn't know the basics. You get what I'm saying? So I just disagree with that
Yes,
statement.
like I said, Ollie's looking past the basics now. He's like skipped the basics. He skipped the basics and gone straight into the advanced section of football managing. That's what he's done. And I feel like it's evident.
I don't know.
That's
That's just
all
down to your
he's coaching
perspective,
in
honestly.
general.
It's down to your perspective. I
I
don't
think
think
it
it
is
was
opposite.
evident.
Because
you
like I
really
said,
didn't
if Maloto said, like, if Maloto genuinely thought, I'm not slating you for this, but I think if Maloto genuinely thought that today was alright, I'm never going to agree with that. And that's just because of the way I see football.
6.5 is
For
more than
me-
alright.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why we're never going to agree. Because for Maloto, I'm not slating Maloto for this. He doesn't agree with it. I mean, he agrees with the way it is. He says it's alright to get a draw with Leeds here. For me, it's never going to be okay. I want to win every game 3-0. That's just how I am with the United.
That's unrealistic. I think that's unrealistic.
It is. It could be, but
Every game,
I
except
want to
the
win
teams
3-0.
above us,
So-
we should be able to win.
True, but then you can also look at the context around it. Why is it not a big
The
deal? Why is
context
it
around why we
acceptable in
didn't do it
this-
today is because we did nothing right today. We played long ball FC against tall defenders. We were barely making the runs. Leeds were compact, and we decided to stay in our little robust square.
But that's
attack and
always
do
our
absolutely
tactic,
nothing.
I feel like the point is
Is it not an
bring
issue
that
with
up.
it though?
If you think there's a problem with it, I personally, and I respect you doing it, but I personally find it's a pointless bringing it up every single game. I've accepted that it's something that we're gonna have to fix going forward. Then we're at the end of the season. I just don't see the point of fussing on things we know
I'm
need to be
fussing
fixed
about
next
it because
season.
Ollie has changed it before at halftime. We've seen Fred go off. We've seen Scott go off. For a Pogba, for a Donny, for a Matic. We've seen him change it. He knows there's issues sometimes. And today he neglected it again. If I hadn't seen growth from
You
Ollie
say-
before, okay, fine. Then I would accept that I'm just speaking.
You say he neglected it. All I can say, I think Leeds were going to get tired. So I was just holding on to the
But
fact
Leeds
that
been
we
playing
will
high
be able to counter
intensity
them as
today.
time goes on.
Shawnee said this straight up at halftime in the group chat. It looks like Leeds are playing slow and smart so they can hit us on the break in the second half and conserve some energy. And I could see that as
They
well.
didn't want to play
Leeds
like
were not
they don't want to play like
high
how,
pressure today.
well,
Yeah.
let's just say in quotation marks, Leeds play, because last time they
Yes.
did that, we got smacked 6-2. So
Yeah, and
you
they
know
learned from it.
they learned from it. So
I
fair play
get
to
you, and I
Leeds
understand
today.
your football opinion. I understand and accept your football opinion, but then I think Ole's opinion is not completely crazy. It holds up, and it's just that it was wrong on the day. It just didn't work out. It was one of those things.
Yes, and he has the power to change it on the day. That's the manager's job. If it's not working, you change your system.
If you want to win, yeah. But
If
like
you
we
wanna
could
win,
say, if
that
you
is.
want to win, you could change it.
Yes.
But yeah, if you wanted a draw, you just keep it as it is. You get your draw.
And it felt
Actually,
like that.
I wouldn't have made subs at half time, but I would have made subs a little bit earlier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
We
not
all have
saying
different
Shirk
things.
do it, but
For
I'm saying he
me,
has done
McFred
it.
never ever played in my life. Maguire never plays. Dan James is on loan to Leeds. He's gone, probably even gone. So like I said,
I would have started McFred in this game.
yeah,
I
exactly.
legit
And
would.
that's why
As much
we
as
just don't agree though. That's what I'm saying. So it's nothing like, it's not like Ollie's fault or this. It's just our opinion. That's why we just don't agree, see to eye to eye. Because I would never do it. So some people would, some people wouldn't. I would never. Scott would never be in my team. Someone like a Fred possibly still would. But yeah, we all have different ideas and how you'd like to see football played. And that's why I'm disappointed in Leeds today. I want to be the Leeds fan today. And I'm disappointed in Leeds. I respect our draw. I mean, I'm not going to complain because it's against Manchester United. But I really wanted to play like how we played. And if we got smacked, we got smacked. If we didn't get smacked, we could have done something quite special. But yeah, it is
As a
what it
Leeds
is.
fan, take the points. And you move, yeah?
Yeah, as a Leeds fan, take the point as you move. You'll play good football when you play another weaker team probably. But at least
They did well today.
to be a positive from Leeds, I guess, like Malota said, at least Bielsa learning some sort of defense, some sort of defensive tactics. So there you go. I'd give Bielsa a 6 today.
I'd give him 7.
I'd give Bielsa a 6 because I gave Ollie a 2. I give him a 6
I
because
think a draw is
I think a
perfect
draw
for him.
is good for him. But I didn't agree with the manner because, that's not the Leeds I love.
I fully agree with the man. It's like when Ollie goes up against City and he plays the low block. I'm perfectly fine with that because that's understandable. You're
Like I
going
said,
up
that's what I'm
against a massive
saying.
attacking
That's
team.
what I'm trying to
happy with
explain.
it. I think
It's all
Bielsa's
about different
great,
opinion.
yeah.
Because for me, if anyone knows me, I'm all about you attack till you dead. You attack, die. You'll die attacking.
Die in your attacking team.
Even like in, though I know this is something, a whole different conversation, but like in games, we play Dream League. I told you guys, I'm not going to stop. I'm going and going and going. So, and that's why I love Leeds.
Once
because
I'm the in-between on the
exactly, that's what
spectrum
I'm
between
saying.
how football should be played.
Exactly, I like that. No, and they obviously, 6.5 park, it's a key rest. There's context behind everything. But yeah, I'm very a big advocate of attacking people. So, but anyways, it's been a long show, probably because we were hungry to get something back. The natural debate came out because it's been so long since we've had a footballing talk, an actual footballing talk. Other things are going around, and like I said, let that remain the main goal. I hate Oli. Trust me, I despise Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager of Manchester United. I would fire him
them.
tomorrow. But them, yeah, exactly. Those guys above Ole Gunnar Solskjaer need to go. Because Oli is bad. But the Glazers are like 10,000 Olis. That's how it is. And it's bad. It's not even Oli. They're on another planet
4
of bad.
billion Oli.
Exactly. They're on another scale. They are the worst thing to happen to this football club. And we've always said it.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, no one don't say anything, but I'm saying if this was Abramovich we are under, would Oli be here? Probably not. I'm not saying all owners do that. But if Abramovich was our owner, Oli wasn't here, at the beginning of the season. But yeah, so let's try to get the Glazers out. I don't know how we're going to do that, but keep everything going up. Use the hashtag Glazers out. Don't swear when using the hashtag. Use text when you use the hashtag. Let's just keep
Clap to the
our...
protesters.
Clap to the protesters. Was fantastic. We had another protest against Liverpool. Clayton will probably do a show during the week about that. But yeah, keep your differences aside for now. Because no matter what Manchester United fan you are, there should be one common thing between every Manchester United fan, and that is we all want the Glazers out of this football club. Whether it's not this Oli debate, it's not like when Meloto's Oli in, I'm Oli out. There's none of that. Everyone should be Glazers out. There is no reason to support the Glazers. So I'm gonna forget about our little fight. Well, not little fight. Our little debate today about Oli and the football and whether it was a good or not result. And I'm gonna move on to the biggest picture. And yeah, so like I said, if you are new, do subscribe, smash a like, comment down below some player ratings what you thought of Oli, and we will see you quite soon. I think I don't actually know, but we're playing Europa League on Thursday, so
Yeah.
yeah, we will see.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we will see you Tuesday. So we'll check you then. Peace out.